Another thing that will give you confidence when being in the presence of God, being in your secret place, is knowing that He wants to hear from you. He wants to talk to you. It doesn't matter what you're going through, He understands and knows exactly what you're going through. Cast all your cares upon Him, for He careth for you. 1 Peter 5:7. Be honest with the Lord when you're in His presence. You can give Him your heavy loads. He can carry it. Sometimes when we're going through things that are really challenging, we get tempted to think that Jesus doesn't understand what we're going through. And this is exactly the reason why Jesus was made flesh, as John 1:14 says. Jesus had to walk the earth as a human so that He could identify with your pain, my pain. He had to know what it was like to be tired. He had to know what it was like to be frustrated. He had to know what it was like to be rejected. He had to know what it was like as a common human being. Now, I don't know if you have ever received any form of medical assistance before, but most people have. The majority of people can identify with what it's like to fall over and graze your knee, or maybe bump into something by accident, or maybe you've received a paper cut, or maybe you've been knocked over or slapped or something. Whatever form of pain that is, you can identify with that pain because you have experienced it. But a person who has never received a paper cut before, or never bumped into something before, or never grazed their knee before, or whatever, accident that is, they won't be able to identify with that pain. And no matter how hard you try to explain to that person or try to drill it into them, they just will not be able to fully understand what that pain is like. Not because there's anything wrong with them, but it's just because they have never experienced that pain before. Scripture is flooded with examples of Jesus being able to identify with every type of pain and suffering that any human could ever imagine. People forget that Jesus was a teenager before. Jesus was a child before. He knows what it's like to be rejected. He knows what it's like to be lonely. Are you trying to tell me that someone who left their permanent abode for 33 earthly years cannot identify with what it's like to be homesick, or what it's like to be a foreigner in a place where you don't belong? So really think about these things. You've really got to convince yourself out of those thoughts that Jesus doesn't understand. I'll leave you with the amplified version of Hebrews 4:15. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize and understand our weaknesses and temptations, but one who has been tempted, knowing exactly how it feels to be human in every respect as we are, yet without committing any sin.